Here we go.
Oh, what's up, Homestead homies?
You are picking and a grinning.
Just a little picking and a grinning. So today we want to talk about something, how you can lose weight, like the number one thing you can do to lose weight. Plus, this is the Strum Stick. As you guys know, last year we gave one away on our channel.
It's that time again.
Stay tuned in this. Stay tuned. Hey, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Stay tuned in this video because we're going to tell you guys how you can win a Strum Stick. And now we're going to get into today's subject matter, which is losing that muffin top.
Yep, big time. Because you're noticing now, you know, more and more children right now, the statistics.
Spit it out, woman.
Boy, are 1 in 3. So 1 out of 3 are either overweight or obese.
I bet it's more than that. I bet it would be.
No, but I think that's what I was reading, 1 in 3. And did you know that Americans out of the whole world
we're the fattest.
Yeah.
Because we have the most abundance and because people don't even control themselves anymore.
It's tough. It's tough. I think it's over 160 million people in the United States are considered overweight and obese.
Yeah, and a lot of that has to do with your gut health, guys. Flu season's coming on. Make sure you're taking your elderberry. We'll leave a link right here to that video. Great video. And that stuff really helps combat your sicknesses, especially at this time of year. But your gut health is really important. So if you're overweight, that's going to diminish from your gut health, which is then in turn going to make you more sickly.
And what we're going to talk about today is probably a big contributor to your gut getting unhealthy.
Yeah.
Yes.
My kryptonite.
Yeah, but you know, at least you are doing better things than what we're going to talk about. I don't want to kind of give it away too soon. But did you guys know in the 1800s, I thought this was like crazy. In the 1800s, the average consumption of sugar for a person was 18 pounds a whole year. 18 pounds
the whole year, man. You guys talk about being sustainable and how they used to have to go to the markets. That's only a pound of sugar almost every month. That's it. Can you imagine like living your life right now with only a pound of sugar every month?
Well, guess what it is around now?
Oh, don't tell me.
No, it's not even 2017. This was a few years back.
Right. Oh my gosh, are you guys ready?
180 pounds.
180 pounds. No wonder there's so much sickness going on.
Yeah.
The white devil.
Right, so what I want to do is talk about sugar. So this is kind of like a public service announcement. Some people are going to be closing their ears and saying, no, no, no.
I like my dessert. I like my fructose corn syrup.
But you know, just giving you guys alternatives or just to be more aware or reading your labels, because you're going to be shocked, because I want to talk about sugar, refined sugars and high fructose corn syrup and like diet or kind of sweeteners, artificial sweeteners. Those are my 3 big ones there, because if you could fix those 3 things, you will notice so many things healing in your body, from inflammation to chronic diseases, you know, being overweight, having metabolic disorders, dementia, aging. I mean, all these things could start to get better.
Can I interject one thing?
Sure. We interrupt this program to let you guys know that we have a 2-week limited edition t-shirt that we are trying to raise money to build a learning center here on the homestead. So links are below. Help us out. Thanks, guys.
The reason why you guys have a hard time giving it up is because it's basically a drug. So when you try to get rid of this stuff out of your life, it's going to be hard at first. But if you stick with it and really be conscious of what you're eating, you're going to see it'll get better and better and better with time. And then you're going to start seeing those benefits of your body detoxing and you feeling better all the way around. And losing
weight. And helping your metabolism. A lot of people are like, oh, my metabolism is just stuck. Just by making these little changes, you know, maybe don't change anything else and just be really good and mindful of what types of sugars are going into your body. Now, I'm not going to be talking about, there's going to be a difference between like honey, a natural stevia, and and maple syrup. Yeah. That's different. So we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Those are natural sweeteners that your body can actually handle.
It knows what it is, right? Because you're actually getting antioxidants.
Right.
Honey is like an viral and fungal, and you're getting so many antioxidants and vitamins and nutrients out of it. So those are on a different spectrum. I want to talk about these things that are very heavily chemically processed, like the high fructose corn syrup, and it is like so secret. Michael Pollan, in one of his books, he wanted to go in and go to the plant where they produce it all, and they wouldn't even
let him in.
It's like so secret how they make it, but it's very heavily chemically processed, and not to mention genetically modified. So this high fructose corn syrup, when it's going and you're ingesting it, basically the body kind of, it doesn't know what's up, and it goes strictly to your liver.
Wow.
And it just hangs out there, and it turns to fat. So you're seeing so many people being affected by this non-alcoholic fatty liver syndrome disease, and they're having this, and they're not alcoholics. They're not having all these other things that might cause the liver disease, drug abuse and all that. It's from the food, and a lot of the high fructose corn syrups and the corn syrups, anything with fructose. So if you look on your labels and it has OSE fructose on there, stay away from it.
Natural
corn syrup.
Yeah,
so you have to be really careful when you're buying your things, because they camouflage it. It's in everything. If you look on labels in your mayonnaise, if you look on your pasta sauces, if you look in your salsa, definitely in your ketchup. And they're putting this thing in your lunch meats. It's all over. The different dressings. I mean, it's all over. In your yogurts, look and see. You want, make sure it's yogurt, or you make it yourself. Buy the plain yogurt, and then, you can put honey in there, or you can put your maple syrup in there, or you can put fresh berries in there. So some of these things just make these little subtle changes, because your body is just freaking out. You're putting it in you, and then it's going right to fat. And then when you take the sugar in, refined sugars or high fructose corn syrup, it's going into the body. Then it's going to spike your blood sugar. Your insulin level rises within like 20 minutes or so. And you're basically just going, it's just quick energy, and it's like, oh, I didn't have to work hard for this. And it's just going to go right to your butt. It's going to go to your stomach. It's going to go wherever and hang out. And fat stores toxins. Fat is not good. It causes a lot of problems. So it's just, an average soda is 8 to 10 teaspoons of sugar. So, and then
one little soda.
Our little children, we're feeding our children sodas. They're little, I see little ones, 2, 3, 4. I mean, it's really sad, because you're putting this toxic thing in them, and they're so susceptible to all these things, and their little bodies are growing. And that's why you're seeing so many young kids that are all puffy, and then they have the muffin top,
they're overweight,
along with older people, and they're getting all the same diseases that older people are getting, because you're seeing lots of evidence and studies that keep showing up over and over and over, because of the especially high fructose corn syrup, with the different metabolic disorders, and then the weight gain and obesity and cancers. I could just go on, and heart disease from these. So read your labels. It's in a lot of processed foods. So stay away from boxed foods, please.
When you read your labels too, you have to look at it. Just in case you don't know, when you read labels, the most used ingredients are listed first, and then as they're less used, they're listed towards the middle and end. So if you look at something and the first 1, 2, or 3 ingredients is high fructose corn syrup, that is a problem. There was a study in 2011 where 1 in 3 children were either obese or overweight.
I said that earlier.
Well, I'm just reiterating.
Yeah, he knows. He knows, because, we have to start with our kids. Our kids are so important. So if we did a video on the Haymaker's Punch or the Shrub. We did those with honey, raw apple cider vinegar and some fruit. That was the Shrub, and the other one was just lemons and some honey, and some ginger. These are a little bit more natural. The body can understand what's going in you, and you're not tricking it. Now, I want to also talk about artificial sweeteners, because you have these people that are doing stevia. I don't want to gain any weight. No, stevia is good.
Well, they use the wrong kind of stevia.
Yeah, you want to have good. You want to have a good stevia, which is pure. When you grow it yourself, the plant is green. You don't want it to be white or bleached. because it will have it with
Right.
maltodextrin.
But if they get it from the store, what you said there was something they have to look for if they read the stevia.
You want it to be pure in its most natural form. A lot of them will say, you know, non-GMO,
Right.
or it's GMO, non-GMO verified and all that. It wants to be in its purest form. You don't want to have any fillers or any other natural flavors put into it or anything like that. You want it just as natural as you can. So like you can make it yourself, or I know a lot of times you can get it in the green form. You don't want it white because then they'll put the maltodextrin and things like that in there. And you want it either in a liquid that's just pure extracted stevia. Okay? You don't want any other stuff like that. So just want it very plain and simple. So that would be a good alternative. So those would be my three choices. Yeah. The stevia, the honey, and the maple syrup.
Right.
One thing a lot of people are saying for natural sweeteners is agave. I don't like agave because it is a wonderful plant. Everything is good, but it is highly processed. And it's not what it was intended to be. They took a good thing and made it bad. So I would stay away from agave. But those other ones, you know, like a lot of people, if you're a diabetic or, you know, you can't tolerate any sugars, you know, stevia is a good way to go, you know. And then just like anything else, honey and maple syrup are going to be, you know, you're going to get your sugars in them. Maple syrup has less sugar than honey, so if you want to pick between the two, maple syrup would be a better choice. But they both have good things about them because they are a natural food.
And we're not saying, you know, you guys have to totally abandon sugar, you know, period. What we're saying is just be more mindful on the consumption of it. I mean, there are some things, you guys are bakers, you guys like to cook your food. You should be using raw sugar and stuff like that.
And I really like if you, and it actually, you know, raw sugar, if you could cut back, the big
That's
thing.
a big thing.
It's still, raw sugar, I really like something called sweetener. It's sugar cane natural.
Right.
It's a little bit more natural even than a cane sugar. But the big thing is stay away from the refined sugar, stay away from the high fructose corn syrup, stay away from your natural sweeteners because the artificial sweeteners, because the artificial sweetener, I wasn't finishing talking about this, but they are your body, well, I kind of got like detoured.
Not my fault.
With artificial sweeteners, your body knows it's getting something sweet, okay? Then you eat it and then it knows that it's fake. All right, because people are like, well, I don't want to stop doing my, you know, diet stuff because I'll gain weight. Well, there's a lot of studies now that show that doing diet type foods and artificial sweeteners are causing weight gain because you're going in and you're eating this stuff and your body's like, well, I think I need more because I'm not getting what I want. So your body is smart, it knows. And then besides that, you know, your organs are turning into formaldehyde. It's causing eyesight problems. I mean, there's a lot of problems.
Just do your research, guys. We're not doctors. We don't play one on YouTube. We're just trying to bring you information. You've probably heard this already about the sugar and stuff. We're just trying to drive it home.
But you know what? If you could look at your labels and, you know, you go out and eat and all this, I mean, it's, you know, you ask questions when you go out. Or if you're going to get a salad, do like olive oil and vinegar on your salad. You know, don't get the salad dressings. Maybe ask a little bit, like if you're going to a pasta place, make sure that you're, you know, maybe you're doing it with butter and garlic. You know what I mean? Instead of some of the sauces, unless you know. Because they'll put high fructose corn syrup in everything.
Because it's a drug and it wants you to they want you to eat more of it. So they drug it up. So your body goes, give me more, give me more. That's why these kids are opening up Doritos and they can't just eat a couple. They eat 5, 10, 20, and then the whole bag.
So that's why when you go grocery shopping, and I know a lot of you guys are also shopping and trying to make your things from scratch, and you think, oh, I'm putting some pasta sauce in here and I'm doing this. Read your labels, because you'll be shocked to find out how much high fructose corn syrup or corn syrup is put into a lot of these things that you're making from scratch too. That's not even in a box. So just read your labels. And what we want you guys to do is just be aware, you know, oh, I'm going to have a little soda, I'm going to have this, everything in moderation. Well, you know what? High fructose corn syrup in moderation is not a good thing because it's basically going right to your liver. Your body doesn't know what to do. Your liver is the cleansing organ. I mean, it cleans everything out, and you want your body to function as efficiently as you can. And I'm even saying, you know, these kids, oh my gosh, don't do it.
No, she's about to tear up. She loves those kids. All right, so if you guys want to get a strum stick, we're giving one away at the end of the month.
And try to take a vacation from sugar, refined sugar.
Oh no, they're gonna quit. They heard all that. You almost cried about it. Come on now.
Honey, maple syrup, pure stevia. Grow your own if you're not.
Don't eat sugar. Makes you a booger.
Or, you know, because you can make it yourself. You can do lots of alternatives. I love to do a lot with dates. You can grind up dates, medjool dates.
We haven't had a date in a long time.
We're going to go on our anniversary's coming up.
Yeah, our anniversary's coming up. But if you want to get a strum stick, we're going to have the contest like we did last year. That if, when you see a strum stick physically in a video, it's not going to be like, you know, crazy, like, you know, in some corner somewhere or nothing. I mean, you're gonna see the strum stick. And when you see this strum stick, you need to say, is that a strum stick, in the comments section. And then we're gonna take all the videos, we're gonna do like X amount of videos where the strum stick's actually gonna be, and then we're gonna take those videos, randomly pick a winner for the strum stick, and we're gonna ship one out to you guys. Thanks to the Strum Stick Company. They're a locally owned family business in the East Coast, and they're always gracious. They get a hold of us. They want to give one away. It's the holidays. You cannot play a wrong note on it. It's great for the beginner. It's great for the guy who just wants to do a little picking and a little grinning. So we just want to try to give back to you guys too, because we appreciate it. All you guys watching our videos, and make sure you share them. You know, it doesn't cost you anything to share our videos. There's a little arrow down there that says share, and then you just flap it onto your Facebook or your, you know, we can see when you guys are sharing the videos, and we can tell. So make sure you're sharing our videos as well. So as always,
check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and take a break from high fructose corn syrup and sugar, refined sugars, and remember everything in moderation when it comes to the natural sweeteners like honey, maple syrup, and those things like that.
There's only one kind of sugar that's good for you. Give me some sugar, baby.
Hey guys, thanks for watching our video. You might want to check out these videos.
And if you want to become a Homestead homie, click the picture of us below.
We will see you tomorrow.